Good day to you all. My name is Larry, and I want to talk about a matter that affects everybody in this world. I want to enlighten you on how many African countries have really lost touch with their nature, thereby affecting many things in these various countries in these parts of the continent. Yes, we all know that many countries in Africa were colonized by the British, you know, of course, due to their level of sophistication and their financial prowess. Also, coupled with the fact that Africans at that time were highly uncivilized and very much gullible. Yeah, after that, there is another race also, which is the Arab. They also took advantage of Africans' gullibility and uncivilization and recolonized some territories that were either colonized by the British. So this has really made these affected countries lost their traditions, their customs, their culture, their norms, and their values. They usurp this with the Arab ideologies and ideas. Because I can't really explain why somebody in this part of Africa will have his first name from a foreign language, you know, because that this is high level of profanity. It's like blasphemy. It's like we are ungrateful to God that has created you to this part of the world. I don't have. There is nothing wrong in having names from other races or other regions or other tribes that may want it because you have room to have many names. But I think you should preserve your first name from your origin. It should be with your native language so that you can have a connection with your descendants. You are like an ingrate to God if and you are, the person is ungrateful. When you choose your first name from a language or from a name from other tribes, I mean other regions, other races, yeah, just because they were able to conquer you, they were able to indoctrinate you and all those things. Because there is indubitable that these people, exported their way of life. They brand it, they package it, and they tag it as religions for us so that we can practice it till eternity. But the fact of the matter is, we are not grateful to God. We are not being appreciative if we abandoned, our own native language, our own native name as a first name, and we now, you know, get their own name as a first name. It might be English, Arab, or what have you, but your first name, you can have many names. There is nothing bad in that. But you should reserve your first name as your native name. So this has really affected many people in Africa. Also, I don't have any. There is nothing bad in learning many languages. In fact, I like multilingualism. It's a very good idea. If you have the ability, it's good for many reasons. For economic reasons, for trade reasons, for travel reasons, for tourism. It's good to know many languages. But many people have really abandoned their first language. And they have adopted all these foreign languages just because these people have recolonized them or colonized them, as the case may be. To the extent that there are some people in Africa that still believe that the Arab language is a spiritual language. They will say it's the mother of all languages. I pity their ignorance because anybody that will even make that declaration that a particular we have many languages in this world. So if you make such declaration, it should even be somebody that is multilingual, somebody that can speak many languages. So you can say, oh, this one is more complete and all those things. But somebody will just know know two or three languages, maybe Arabic language inclusive, and you will conclude that is the mother of all languages, probably because you have been brainwashed that this uh, language is a spiritual language. If you say some words in Arabic, you have a reward in heaven. All these things is so unfortunate. It's really driving African backward. So people that have this kind of ideology, they have placed so much importance on this. If there are some parts of Africa that if you can speak Arabic language, they will They will see you as a very spiritual person. They will give you a special respect. And these people are so ignoramus that they don't even know that some people can speak more than five languages. It's just because of indoctrination, brainwashing, and hypnotic infusion. These people has, you know, blindfold them, brainwash them that this religion is a way of life. You have to live. And they are forgetting that this thing they call religion is just the way of life of the Arab people. So because of they took advantage of Africa's gullibility, and they invaded Africa and told them that, oh, this is how you should live. This is religion. This is the way that is acceptable. So if you don't do this, you are going to hellfire. If you do this, you are going to heaven with all these things. So I don't know why my people cannot reason beyond, outside the box. These people will also tell you that don't be friends with the West, with the British, with the US and all these things. And it is very clear that the relationship between the Arab, especially Saudi Arabia, and the British and the US, okay, let me say all these countries they call the Western countries, the relationship between them is so cordial that even when the president of the United States wanted to go on the first official visit, he went to Saudi Arabia. Of course, he had some trade agreement, we use arms and all those things. And also, when the Prince of Saudi, or the King, I think he's now the King, also wanted to go on official visit, he went to the British. And their relationship is, but they will now brainwash people in Africa. That you should not have you should not have any relationship with them. You should take them as their enemy. It's inside the book they refer to as an holy book. Even if you are a right-thinking person, because they have already told them that you should not think, that there should be a limit to which you can think. Because if you can think deeply, thoroughly, you will know that this thing is just is false. They will tell you in the donation of the book is so funny that they will tell you, can't you, I don't want to go into detail, but we know all this book I'm referring to. We should just go and, read it without any iota of bias. Just read it neutrally. You know what I'm talking about. That all these books they term as holy books, they have used it to rob us in Africa, which is highly condemnable. Because I can't see a reason why something that is spiritual should be holy and spiritual, should not have any stain. But if you look at all these things critically, and they really is a long time written script. They know how they do it so that you will never think outside the box. It's so shameful, so shameful. I really wish my people wake up on time. Wake up and smell the coffee, because this thing has really made Africa to be in high level of retrogression. The West and the Arabs, they are improving. They will even tell you, okay, you have to, part of your way of life, for you to have your fulfillment in life, you have to travel to Saudi Arabia. I'm still trying to believe how my people, in Africa will imbibe this way of life for too long. No, I understand. Maybe yes, centuries. It's not even up to century. Decades back, some people might believe it because of their level of civilization. But I still can't fathom. It's still to me unbelievable why some people will still not think outside the box. That these people have just come and they robbed us of our own ideology, our own way of life. We have abandoned our culture, our way of life. Even our name, our first name, we are proud to have their own name as first name. Even most African countries now, their surnames are even either Arabic or English. We have really lost touch with our descendants. Are we deny? Why should we deny? If there is anything we should really hold on to in this life, is our identity. We cannot fake this. We are African. We are not Arab. We are not English. God has created us in Africa. So first and foremost, we should be African. Why should we be identified as an Arab when you are an African, or as a white, or what have you called it? So I will just urge my people, even though they have told us not to think, too much. God has given us brain to think, but they will tell you because they know if we should think thoroughly, we will know that all these things are just trying to import, export their way of life as religion for us so that we can just be a slave to them. Of course, they will say they have abolished slave trade and all those things. That was just the physical slavery. The mental slavery is still ongoing, and I wish my people should wake up on time. Please, we can learn many languages. We can, in fact, you can even change our lifestyle, their own way of life. But the fact is, don't forget your own way of life. In many countries in Africa, we have rich culture that they are even envious of. We have rich values. Don't let us abandon this thing because I still believe this thing is still the best in the world. Yeah. Thank you very much.